Welcome to the first Ramadan episode of the Let's Talk series. And if you're just joining the community, it's good to have you here. It's my first time doing this too. You're welcome. My name is Kulthum. Ramadan Mubarak. The theme of today's segment with respect to Ramadan is equality. That is how the month of Ramadan establishes equality among all humankind, regardless of their skin color, race, origin, position, or social class. The act of fasting is that act of ibadah that reminds us that we are all equal in the eyes of the Lord. Fasting during the month of Ramadan is that act of ibadah that reminds all of us that we are all servants of Allah, regardless of our positions or social classes. And the equality the act of fasting during the month of Ramadan establishes is absolutely humbling, in the sense that we all come to realize that we are all slaves of Allah, and we all converge to do the same act of ibadah with the same aim of earning rewards from our Creator and being among His righteous servants. And if you look at it from another angle, the act of fasting establishes equality among all humankind, in the sense that every human being, every Muslim, that is, regardless of who you are, so long as you're a Muslim and you're fasting during the month of Ramadan, you have to abstain from eating, from drinking, and from sexual relations. It is a mandatory condition of fasting. And that reminds all of us, that we are all slaves of Allah. We're all servants of Allah, and in the eyes of Allah, we're all the same. And this aspect of equality that fasting during the month of Ramadan establishes somehow promotes empathy and compassion, because as someone who is lucky to eat 3 square meals a day, you get to experience the plight and the realities of people going through food crisis, food insecurity, hunger, and famine. You'll have a first-hand experience of what it means like to go a whole day without eating something or drinking something. And that would help you build compassion for those people and increase your spirit of giving. And ultimately, the best thing about it makes you to be aware and be grateful for whatever it is you have been blessed with. And physiologically and body-wise, the act of fasting during the month of Ramadan establishes equality among all of us, in the sense that our bodies demand for the same thing after fasting, that is food and water. This emphasizes that we are all equal, in the sense that we all originate from the same origin of creation. We are all made up of the same systems and the same blood that flows within us, and we all need the same thing to survive and function efficiently, that is food and water. Another aspect of equality that the act of fasting during the month of Ramadan reminds us is that we are no different from the people that came before us, because no rules have been changed. The way we are fasting now is the same way our forefathers fasted thousands of years ago, is the same way Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his Sahabas fasted. So there is nothing like superiority, supremacy, or classism when it comes to fasting. Just like Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said that an Arab doesn't have superiority over a non-Arab. A non-Black person has no superiority over a Black person. We are all equal in the eyes of Allah, except those who are more righteous among us. So with this brief discussion, we have come to the end of this segment of the Ramadan Let's Talk series. I will see you in my next Let's Talk segment. Ramadan Mubarak.